Central Park is an 843-acre park. It has 250 million visitors annually. It is the most visited park in the United States, although it is not the largest, actually. While most of the park looks natural, it is in fact entirely and utterly landscaped from every stone and every tree. It was all man-made. It contains several real-looking lakes, ponds, extensive walking trails, 2 ice skating rinks, and the zoo, conservatory garden, wildlife sanctuary, and a 106-acre reservoir with a jogging track all the way around it. It also has an outdoor amphitheater which hosts Shakespeare in the Park in the summer. This is the De La Corte Theater where they have Shakespeare in the Park. And it looks like we're going to have Hamlet from May 27th through June 29th. Okay, so in 1857, New Yorkers decided they wanted a park like London and Paris. So they appointed a Central Park Commission to basically hold a contest for the design of what is now today's Central Park. The winning design, known as the Greensward Plan, by Frederick Olmsted, an English architect. Now, before construction could begin, Central Park was occupied by 1,600 working class immigrants, basically, who lived in kind of like shanty villages in the area, which is now Central Park. Of course, they used eminent domain to evict all of these people as the park began construction. The builders actually carved the stairs in Central Park from one piece of solid rock. You also have the wonderful things like this park bench that's actually made out of stone. And here you have a cute dedication. It says, "In loving memory of Lois and Don Rivkin, their happy years on West 77th Street, their devotion to Central Park and NYC. From David, Judy, Daniel, and the dogs." Aww. The same bedrock behind me is the same bedrock that is beneath all the skyscrapers downtown and in Midtown, which allows for the support of the tall steel and stone structures. Most of the topsoil in Central Park that was used to grow all the trees that are now here today was imported from New Jersey. The park was officially completed in 1873. Following completion of the park, it quickly slipped in decline over the next several decades. In 1934, then Mayor LaGuardia appointed Robert Moses, who became New York's mighty man, as they call him, was appointed to clean up Central Park. And Robert Moses did this in 1 year, and he also filled in what was the second reservoir below the Jackie-O Reservoir, and thus created the Great Lawn. This is the Great Lawn at Central Park, which before Robert Moses' time was actually a water reservoir. So since Central Park is 843 acres, can you guess which 2 countries that Central Park is larger than? I will give you 10 seconds to not look it up on the internet, starting now. Okay, the answers are Monaco and the Vatican. So given that and the price of rent in New York City, can you guess how much it would cost to actually buy Central Park if it was for sale? The actual land value. It's 843 acres in the middle of New York City. Mind you, the price might actually go down if this was all built up and there was no more park, but you know. So what do you think? The answer is $528 billion. Wow. That means that even Bill Gates couldn't buy Central Park. This is the Belvedere Castle, which was built in 1869 as a lookout tower. Now houses the New York Meteorological Society, which was incidentally founded a year before this castle was built. In 1912, and the observatory came under the direction of the United States Weather Bureau. This is actually the restoration of Bank Bay Rock, which is a comprehensive effort to restore the shores around the lake. Behind me is the lake, which has been part of Central Park since its inception. This is the world famous bridge over the lake. It's the Bow Bridge, which was completed in 1859, and it was restored in 1974. The terrace was put in the same time pretty much everything else was put in when the park was built. So it's about 150 years old.
This is something that I've discovered that, you know, I'm working on that too.
Look at that. This is actually a picture of the Cherry Hill Plaza before it was restored. As you can see, it was pretty ghetto. It was restored in 1980, and today it looks like this. So this is Sheep Meadow. The 15-acre lawn is named for the sheep that grazed here until 1934. The flock was housed in a sheepfold, which was subsequently converted into Tavern on the Green. The lawn was restored by the City of New York in 1981. This is after the city, of course, came out of bankruptcy.
Don't say that. Go down, maybe. That's okay.
Behind me is Strawberry Fields, a portion of the park that was apportioned and dedicated to John Lennon in 1985.